Okay, this video is called The Satisfying Downfall of Prime. I'm gonna assume Logan Paul's business is not doing well. I don't know. I feel like I keep seeing it in Dollar Trees where it's dollar 25 or whatever. Um, so I don't like see it being sold in gas stations that much anymore, so like maybe they're not doing well. Anyways, let's watch the video.
Just a year ago, kids were guzzling Prime like it was holy
True.
water blessed by KSI and Logan Paul themselves. But now in 2025, you can't pay someone to take a sip. We're talking 92% revenue drops, 77 million.
They lost 92% of their revenue. They're cooked. It's over, bro.
I just lost my dollars worth of lawsuits. It's literally sat on clearance in every single store. And I mean, are you surprised? The amount of dangerous chemicals in Prime look like something straight out of Chernobyl. Yeah, they're going bankrupt. So how did Prime go from being one of the most in-demand drinks ever, sold out in seconds every time it was restocked, looking like $1 billion company, to being on clearance with no hype and in multiple lawsuits worth hundreds of millions? Let's get into it. So 2022 hits and the influencer economy is foaming at the mouth. Logan Paul.
You remember when they were actually unironically becoming more popular than like I feel like they've always been like since it came out it's always been more popular than Body Armor, at least. I don't think it would have ever taken over Gatorade. Ever. I don't think that's possible. But or Powerade even.
KSI, two dudes who turn drama into millions, team up to sell a AliExpress version of Gatorade. Bright bottles, loud fonts, colours that looks like straight out of Fortnite.
I don't know why everyone says it's a Temu version of Gatorade. It's really not supposed to even be Gatorade. It's supposed to be a better version of Body Armor. But people keep saying Gatorade because people know what Gatorade is. No disrespect to Body Armor, bro, but like nobody knows what that shit is.
They nailed the packaging so hard that the bottle is basically a YouTube thumbnail that you can drink. The pitch was pretty simple. We are the Gatorade of the YouTuber world. Basically meaning the drink's not good but the marketing is. And it works. Stores couldn't keep it in stock, teenagers are trading bottles, and parents are driving across different counties to find blue raspberry like it's a black market organ. But there was a big...
People were going across counties to go get blue raspberry. The worst one? That's the worst one. Fight me in the fucking comments.
Big problem behind all of this. Prime isn't coming from a lab coat fairy tale. The issue is they weaponize scarcity. Limited drops, sold out in minutes, exclusive flavors timed to content. They factory reset your dopamine with every restock. The psychology is pretty textbook. If everyone wants it and you can't have it, you want it more. Just like a rare Pokemon card or a rare Fortnite skin. Suddenly kids are paying $20 to $50 a bottle to flex on TikTok. They had sponsors of Arsenal and UFC which boosted the brand even more. News outlets are covering the chaos, is going super viral all over social media and TikTok. So congratulations Logan and KSI. Their brand became more than just a drink. It was a status symbol. You know, kids can't buy Lamborghinis, they can't buy expensive watches. But you know what they can buy? A $10 bottle of Prime. But there was
a $10 bottle? They've been $10 before? Oh, nah. You remember when they had like no Prime in London? And then there was like one store that had Prime? And it was this guy that was using it as marketing to get more people to come into his store to buy more Prime. And he was selling it for like outrageous prices. Because like all the rich London parents were buying it for their kids. That was crazy. I remember seeing that a couple years ago.
a problem. Manufactured urgency expires the second supply finally catches up, and when the shelves stay full, the magic trick is over. But then came Prime Energy. Same loud look, new black stripe, 200 milligrams of caffeine per can. For adults, sure, but the issue was the branding screams Saturday morning cartoon. Why are you marketing an energy drink with 200 milligrams of caffeine like a kid's YouTube thumbnail? It should have a more serious branding like Red Bull or Monster. So the issue was these kids were downing these 200 milligram caffeine energy drinks because kids, they just saw Prime on the label and was like, oh, this is what everyone's drinking on TikTok. But little did they know, they were about to have a heart attack. This led to school bans, parent freakouts, and Logan hopping on the mic saying it's for adult guys. But the issue was, if it's aimed at adults, why is it marketed for kids? That's where the brand tries to have it both ways. Hydration for kids, rocket fuel for the same audience's older siblings, all under one tent. But yeah, that's a legal headache waiting to happen. You can't market like a toy aisle and then get shocked when kids want the one with a turbo button. And things got even worse. Once the hype...
When did they start making like full-size, actual normal-size can energy drink cans?
When kids want the one with a turbo button. And things got even worse. Once the hype and glow wore off, people actually tasted the stuff, and outside the superfans, the reviews are not nice.
What is that flavour you got there?
Tropical punch, it says.
Oh, Jesus.
Loosely. You just come from the Maldives. How tropical
it's
is
like
that?
swallowing perfume. What is that?
Cotton candy cough syrup, tastes like fake Gatorade. Yeah, you get the idea. And then
Tastes
the worst
like
part is,
perfume.
the lawsuit started stacking like Jenga.
I love Gordon
Class
Ramsay, bro.
actions allege everything from forever chemicals in certain flavors to deceptive marketing claims about purity and safety.
This is from the sewer slide arc. The forest arc.
Another suit centers a
I used to watch Logan Paul a lot. I'm sorry.
14-year-old with heart palpitations after allegedly downing 2 cans of the energy line. Attorneys general start sniffing around. Politicians send letters to regulators saying basically, these cans look like Gatorade but it hit like a double espresso.
This morning, New York Senator Chuck Schumer is calling on the FDA to investigate the energy drink Prime, which he says is being marketed to children and contains the caffeine equivalent of 6 cans of Coca-Cola.
And if the sales collapse wasn't enough, Prime's also being chased by a small army of lawyers, and they're not playing. Let's go lawsuit by lawsuit like it's a legal UFC
That's also from the forest arc. That was right after it.
card. Refresco versus Prime, $67 million.
And then he got a haircut and tried to claim that he was a different person now.
Refresco
Remember
was
that?
one of Prime's manufacturing partners. They say Logan promised to buy a certain amount of product over 3 years, then completely ghosted them once sales dropped. Now they're suing for $67 million. That's more than Prime's
6'7".
entire 2024 revenue. And then we've got Agrana versus Prime for $13 million. This one's juicy. Agrana supplied ingredients to Prime, but now they claim Prime didn't pay. Prime clapped back, saying the ingredients weren't up to standard. Regardless of who's right, it's another public stain on a brand that already smells like watermelon chemicals and unpaid invoices. PFAS lawsuit, potentially $5 million. Prime's grape flavor allegedly contains PFAS, forever chemicals that the EPA limits in drinking water. The plaintiffs say Prime Energy is basically serving up toxic juice to kids. And Prime response? Nuh-uh.
But the
This
grape
case is
flavor
still active
tasted
though, so
good.
we'll see. High caffeine.
I
class
remember
action,
they eventually just took the grape flavor away. I was so
$5 to $10
sad.
million. Prime Energy has 200 milligrams of caffeine per can, but lawsuits say some cans may actually contain more, and the branding is so similar to Prime Hydration that kids might think it's the same drink. So now Prime's being accused of
Now they just pretend that the grape flavor never even existed. Like, look at the energy drink lineup. This was the original lineup when it was created. They just pretended that the grape hydration drink never existed. Because they have all the other ones and they added the strawberry one.
deceptively marketing a
That's
hyper-caffeinated
crazy.
drink to literal children. Yikes. And then the caffeine mislabeling lawsuit from New York. This one hits hard. A class action lawsuit claims Prime intentionally understated caffeine content on its labels. Allegedly, it wasn't 200 milligrams, it was more. And when your main buyers are middle schoolers with Fortnite brain, that's a health lawsuit waiting to happen. And then the final Olympics lawsuit, which has already been settled between $1 to $3 million. So remember the limited edition Kevin Durant Team USA Prime bottles? Yeah, turns out Logan and KSI didn't get permission from the US Olympic Committee to use that branding. They got sued, it was settled quietly.
That's
and
crazy.
Based on Logan's silence, we're guessing they lost. So let's do some quick maths. Refresco lawsuit, $67 million. Argrana, $13 million. The
He just keeps saying 6'7", and I keep hearing it everywhere, bro. Like 6'7" is in my fucking walls.
PFSA and the caffeine lawsuits at least $10 million, and then the Olympic lawsuit, let's say what, $2 million? That's $92 million in legal smoke. And Prime's net profit for 2024, a crisp $430,000. Even when there's no outright federal ban, the retail chill is real. And Prime's public answer, we stand by our product. Which, you know, sounds cool, and you know, like they're trying to aura farm, but that's not a good strategy when kids are being sent to the doctor because they're confusing your two drinks.
So earlier this year, a weird like string of rumors started floating around because someone sued us saying that Prime had forever chemicals,
in the drink.
like more than you were supposed to drink in like a lifetime, whatever. I made a TikTok debunking it, but regardless, the rumor still got out there, and like low-key the damage is done. And now, even though we're in this lawsuit, whether it's true or not, people think it. And so the lawsuit got dismissed. The plaintiff does have a chance to amend it, but she's chosen not to. She's coming back with one.
This is why companies like this are not ran by influencers. I know the company is not actually ran by them. I'm not stupid. But this is why this type of stuff is not dealt with by influencers. You don't just create a company like that and be like, oh, this is our company. And now there's rumors about it, and so everybody believes those rumors. So now, now we're done. Like, what did you expect?
Like really weak ass claim that's probably also going to get dismissed. But it's just like an example of like people trying to get attention, make a quick buck on a frivolous lawsuit that actually has no merit or is based.
That's his favorite word. Bro likes to say frivolous a little too much.
Nothing, and we're not going to settle. Oh, the caffeine.
When it has no merit.
The caffeine one, where plaintiff said there was like a crazy amount of caffeine, like that didn't meet what we said on our label in Prime Energy, which is 18 plus and has 200 milligrams of caffeine. That one also got dismissed.
But it wasn't just legal battles they were facing. Their sales were dropping really badly. Because whilst the legal storm was soaking the headlines, the real damage was showing up in the receipts. In the UK alone, Prime's revenue nosedived from 112 million in 2023 to just 33 million pounds in 2024.
Oh, no.
That's a 70% drop, and their net
That is
profit
crazy.
down 91.6% from 3.7 million pounds to 312,000. And in the US, another 40% sales decline. I wouldn't be surprised if they're close to filing bankruptcy. See, this is what happens when you confuse virality with velocity. You sign long-term cost-based contracts on a short-term buzz. When the teens move on and TikTok stops caring, you're left
Why does he
paying
keep
staff.
showing the I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize. Clip over and over again.
Warehouse rent, factory workers, so on, even though nobody cares about your product anymore. And it wasn't only the sales dropping, the sales stopped. You walk into Target, 12 packs that were $25 now slapped down to single digits and still collecting dust. So yeah, as I said, the sales weren't low, it's just the sales stopped. Nothing was selling, nobody was buying this. So now you might be asking, where's Prime now? Well, it's still around. Technically, you'll find it sitting on clearance shelves next to Bang Energy, Monster spin-offs, and protein chips nobody asked for. The UFC still has a sponsor, Arsenal still do, but the resale hype's dead. The lawsuits are alive, and the brand that once sold out in minutes now can't even sell out a
Hey,
vending
look,
machine.
the grape
Prime went
flavor.
from being a
Logan forgot that one existed.
flex to being a punchline, a bright sugary reminder that hype expires way faster than electrolytes. And that's why Prime failed. Prime didn't collapse overnight, it bled out over time. The same hype that made it explode is what killed it. At launch, Logan and KSI turned a simple drink into a cultural moment, using scarcity and influencer power to make kids believe hydration was a new flex. But the excitement never translated into loyalty. Once the shelves were full, the illusion of demand disappeared. And then of course the health backlash. The 200mg caffeine energy version got it banned from schools all across the world and multiple lawsuits. And then by 2024, the data confirmed the collapse. UK sales dropped by over 50%, profits catered by over 90%, and yeah, they were all on sale for about $5 because nobody was buying it. Back in the day, a TikTok video of Prime would get millions of views, but now maybe a couple thousand. In the end, Prime didn't fail because people hated it. It failed because it was built on a moment, not a model. The hype ran out, the trust broke, and the market moved on. What's left now isn't an empire. It's a reminder that you can't build a lasting business on buzz alone. So let me know you guys' thoughts in the comments below. Did you like Prime? Do you think it was a failure? Or do you still buy it now and drink it?
There was some good products from Prime, but like overall it wasn't great. That's just my opinion on it. If you like opinions, give me a subscription. You get a lot of opinions here. I got a lot of opinions. If you want to know my opinion on something, ask me for my opinion. Anyways, chat, like and subscribe. See y'all later.